It's almost impossible to overstate the impact of tonight's next honoree, especially given his invaluable artistic contributions for and about our community. He certainly needs no introduction from me. After all, if I may paraphrase the late, great Sylvester, your ears and your eyes must have been in your feet not to know the works and influence of writer, director, producer Patrik-Ian Polk. Trailing an already impressive array of educational and artistic credits, and after serving early stints with MTV and Evans Entertainment, Polk entered the larger public consciousness with a series of groundbreaking and seminal works that have now entertained, educated, and empowered a generation of avid fans. If I sound a little emotional when speaking about his truly iconic career. That's because I'm old enough to remember media portrayals of the African American LGBTQ plus community leading up to that point, when negative depictions of our existence were the norm, when we were frequently portrayed as either crude caricatures, punchlines for demeaning humor, or as predatory deviants whose only possible redemption came with our destruction and or death, preferably by suicide. Thankfully, more recent history ushered in an enlightened new wave led by Polk, among others, with refreshing art that flipped those tired old cultural scripts. His feature film directorial debut, Punks, which he also wrote and produced, was unveiled in 2000 at the Sundance Film Festival, gaining him growing notice and acclaim. By 2006, he'd expanded into television with his groundbreaking comedy drama, Noah's Ark, also the first scripted series on the new gay and lesbian-themed cable network. We hadn't seen anything like it, and it was love at first sight. And that love affair continued for over 20 years, and most recently was celebrated this past spring with the film Noah's Ark, the movie. More projects followed, including the films Noah's Ark, Jumping the Broom, The Skinny, and Blackbird. Over the years, Patrik-Ian Polk's visionary, vibrant, and joyful chronicling of loving queer relationships, friendships, and families has played a major role in revising prevailing narratives to reflect a more positive and more accurate mosaic of our varied, viable, and valuable lives. Finally, we begin to see ourselves as we truly were: conscious, courageous, caring, committed, creative, and essential. Not to mention romantic, sexy, fun, funny, and stylish, ever stylish. Representation, validation, affirmation. It is undeniable that Polk's creation served as a model, templates for many of the artists and much of the Black queer art, film, video, web series, theater that followed, providing a major catalyst for an artistic rebirth and renaissance that continues to enrich us today, just as he continues to illuminate and celebrate our lives with current and upcoming projects that further solidify his lasting legacy. It's my privilege and pleasure to present the Center for Black Equity's 2025 Award for Artistic Excellence. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Patrik-Ian Polk.
Thank you. Wow. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. I certainly remember all of your hard work and dedication over the years, and that you were really inspiring to me as a young man to see, how devoted and committed you were to the community. I took a lot of inspiration from that, so it's wonderful to receive this, especially from you. So thank you. I want to thank my family for being here, my sisters over there, Dawn and Cammie and Ashley, and my Ashley, and my nephew Kai, and my cousin Joshua. You know, however many years ago it was, 25 years ago that Punks premiered. When I started making this work, you know, I was just a young artist who wanted to see versions of myself and my friends on screen, and there were none. So I didn't set out to be a trailblazer. I didn't set out to, you know, I just was trying to tell stories. And in the process, trailblazing, I've said it before, it's not easy. You know, it is fraught with rejection and failure and poverty and a lot of things. I certainly have not gotten rich doing this work. You know, I've done okay, thankfully, over the years. But I remember very distinctly when I was starting out this career and I was trying to figure out, I'd written the script for Blackbird, which is the first script I wrote. But, Blackbird is based on a book that I read when I was a freshman in college, right? So I'd written the script for Blackbird, and I was trying to figure out what to write next, and I remember asking a mentor, older artist friend of mine, Ricky Beetle Blair, what should I write next? I need to write something, maybe something that's gonna sell, you know, that Hollywood's gonna buy. And he said the words to me that I've never forgotten and I've lived my career by. Very simply, he said, write the story that only you can tell. And I kid you not, 8 days later, the script for Punks existed. And so I've not, I've never looked back from that. That's always been my mission as an artist, was just simply to tell the stories that have never been told. It feels incredible to me to have inspired a generation of amazing Black queer artists that have like broken all kinds of barriers that I could never even dream of. People like Emmy winner Lena Waithe, Justin Simeon, Tony nominee Jeremy O. Harris, Tony winner Michael R. Jackson. I could go on and on and on, and they all cite my work as a seminal influence. And that is a legacy that I hold dear. I want to say to the center, this is all lovely, art is lovely, entertainment is lovely, but we're fighting for our lives. And so I can only imagine the difficulties that an organization like yours is facing in these times. So I want to encourage everyone to support, donate, tell your friends to donate. I was really amazed to see this list of honorees, and I know all of them personally, except Jasmine Crockett. But it feels amazing to be amongst this group and part of this community. But I want to say we have to fight, and we have to stay in the fight. We have to support our Jasmine Crockett's, donate to her campaign. It is important. Money is important in these political times. Support this organization. Whatever we all can do, when you hear the call, you must answer. Every single one of us. It's not been reported in the news here a lot, but there are all kinds of incredible revolutions happening in countries all around the world where these people are shutting shit down to get what they want. Look up Nepal, Italy, etc. We need to take a lesson from these people. They are not playing around, and we need to not play around either. It is a serious, and it is time for all of us to stand up. It is not the time to cower. I know we're tired. I know we feel like we fought. They didn't listen to us. They voted Trump in again. Whatever. I was right there with you saying, just let them do it. Let them deport everybody. I don't care anymore. But I got over that. I've taken my deep breaths. I have nam yo ho renge kyo. And now I'm 10 toes down. So I want you all to be 10 toes down with me. Thank you to the Center for Black Equity. I appreciate you and the work that you are doing. Alan, once more, thank you. I cannot tell you. The fact that you are naming these awards after our community member, it's incredible. Thank you for that. And lastly, I just want to say another honoree, posthumously, Cornelius Baker was a dear friend of mine. I stayed at his apartment here in DC more times than I count. He answered the call whenever I reached out to him. When my nephew, Joshua, who's here, moved to DC to work in politics, he welcomed him, he introduced him, he found him a place to live. Like, that was Cornelius. He was incredible. And I am so sad that he's no longer with us, but I am so happy that an organization like yours is recognizing him for his tireless work. So I just want to dedicate this to my dear, dear friend Cornelius. May you rest in peace. And thank you once again to the Center for Black Equity. Thank you.